Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Today I wanted to bring you guys a kind of long-term review observations of this little slip joint from Fox Knives. It comes with this little slip, but this is the Fox Knives Livri, Livri. And guys, if you're so inclined and get a second, please hit that subscribe button below and the bell notification icon. Really helps me in the channel, and hopefully it'll keep you engaged with the channel. But this is a fantastic, I say fantastic because it's a modern slip joint, but it has traditional aspects, right? It's pinned together, yet it's got a pivot screw. It's got a spear point blade with a half stop, very distinct half stop, but it's M390. It's Micarta, but it has no liners. So that's just kind of a quick overview of why I think this is a very cool little slip joint. The Fox Livri is, again, that half stop is very pronounced and very solid. This knife is uber light. It's wicked sharp. Guys, my OCD just drives me crazy with finger smudges. That is something that I'm going to have to let go with slip joints because you can't open them the way I like to open them and not have them smudge up your blade. But anyway, this blade again is M390. It's very low branding, which I like. It just says over here on the blade, real low, down here on the ricasso, whatever you want to consider that flat part. M390, Italy. And then over here on the blade, you've got the little Fox brand, right? So, like I said, this knife comes complete with this leather slip that has the little fox on the front, and it says Fox made in Spain, handmade in Spain. So I guess the slips are made in Spain. Just a basic little slip, but it works good for the knife, right? And this package, I think I got at White Mountain Knives. I think it was like $125, and then I had a 10% discount using Lefty 10's code. But there's several other codes you can use. But when I got the knife, I was very pleased with the way it felt in my hand. For one, that you don't see on a lot of slip joints is it's got these ridges, i.e. jimping here, on the blade. So it does give you a lot of positive grip. So if I was going to cut, and let's see how it cuts. Grab a coupon real quick. So the jimping, or what they refer to as ridges on the blade, just give you a place kind of to put your hand, right? And it is a little bit thicker blade stock. I can tell that because of the sound, but it is very slicey. Again, it came sharp, hasn't been stropped or hasn't been maintenance sharpened or resharpened yet. So it's a slicey little knife, and it is quality materials. It has a nice little lanyard tube here at the end, which, as I think I've told you guys if you've watched any of my other slip joint videos, I could see how a lanyard would be handy with a slip joint, especially if you use a slip. I just have to find the right paracord, but I think a short lanyard with a snake knot, and if you wanted to put a doodad on it, you could, would be a handy and kind of cool thing to do, right? I just don't think the regular size paracord, I think I need to go a little thinner. I think it needs to be a little daintier, or maybe leather. But you've got this nice stainless lanyard tube. Again, the two pins that pin the knife together, but then you've got a pivot in case you need to adjust the blade. Talking about blade adjustment, there's no movement in this blade at all. It's very solid. And again, it's just been a great knife because A, I like the blade shape, B, I like the grind, like the materials, and it is so friggin' light. So let's do a couple of quick size comparisons so you guys can get an idea of about the size of this knife. Then I'll get you some measurements. There's Benchmade bug out. There's the Benchmade mini bug out. So as you can tell, it is a little bit smaller than the Benchmade mini bug out. So let's look at a couple of slip joints that you guys are probably familiar with. And we will start with the QSP Hedgehog, which is a tad bit larger than the Livri. And then we will look at the Ohio River Jack by Traditional Pocket Knives. And it's a little bit smaller than the, we have to get a different knife that you guys might recognize because this is the same size as the QSP Hedgehog. So let's instead do a quick pivot, and for our slip joint comparison knife, we will use the Bohler Barlow. So it is a little bit larger than a Barlow, smaller than the QSP Hedgehog. So that means in actual measurements, break out the Javon free promotional ruler. The overall length on this little knife is 6 1/8 inches. The blade is 2 3/4. The handle is right at 3 1/2, which makes for, again, a nice handle to really get. I can get a full 4-finger grip on that, guys. You've got this really nice ricasso here, so if you were to go up and close it, you're not going to cut into your finger. I like that feature because I do time to time cut into my finger. Let's break out Grateful Panic's calipers real quick, get them to 0. All right. Blade stock is 0.109. The handle is going to be thin also. It's going to be under 0.40, 0.4075. So well under a ½ inch or well under an inch. And where this knife really gets impressive, guys, is the weight, or should I say lack thereof. .4 ounces. 2.05 ounces in the slip. So not that I go for a blade inch per ounce, right? You got the old ratio, but this comes in the slip at just over 2 ounces. And it's a 2 3/4 inch blade. So the knife comes in, as you saw, at under 2 ounces, which to me is just too cool, guys. I mean, for opening boxes, for having a secondary carry every day, if you want something that literally disappears in your pocket, whether you carry it in a slip or whether you don't, I can highly recommend this little knife. I think it's a great little knife. I'd say the pull is probably a 4.5, 4.5, 6, 6, right around there. Again, that's just going off other knives that I've felt. I do like the little swedge in the blade here. Also, that's kind of a nice touch. When you look at the Italian craftsmanship, and I know what you guys will say, the M390 is probably not heat treated right. Not a big deal on a slip joint, in my opinion. What's more important to me is that it's sharp for now and that it is corrosion resistant. That's kind of I guess my qualifications on a slip joint. I say that, but I have tool steel slip joints too, but I know how to keep those guys oiled up and just maintained. But guys, that's really all there is to say about the Fox Livri. Livri, I believe is how it's spelled. Super light, super refined, nice micarta, nice titanium or stainless hardware. I'm not sure which that is. I don't have my magnet close by, but nice M390 blade, thin profile, and super light. I can absolutely recommend it. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell notification icon if you were so inclined. And please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for one another. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose to bait, not hate. I love you all. Peace.